Hey friends, imagine pouring your heart and soul into a job for over a decade, dreaming of that modest raise to finally breathe easier, only for HR to casually tell you it got lost in legal. But what if that moment of disappointment didn't break you? What if it unlocked a hidden clause in your contract worth $81 million? Stick with me until the very end of this story, because the twist will hit you hard, and if it inspires even a fraction of what it did for our hero, you're going to want to smash that like button and subscribe right now. Turn on notifications too, because stories like this, real underdog triumphs, drop every week. Let's dive in. Meet Alex Rivera. At 38, Alex wasn't some flashy executive in a corner office. He was the quiet backbone of Innovatech Labs, a mid-sized tech firm in Austin that specialized in medical imaging software. Alex had joined straight out of college as a junior developer, fresh-faced and full of ideas. His wife, Maria, often joked that he fell in love with code the way most men fell for sports. Late nights debugging algorithms weren't sacrifices to him, they were his way of building something meaningful. Their daughter, Sophia, was only 7 when Alex started, and he missed too many bedtime stories promising himself it would pay off someday. The years blurred together. Alex didn't just write code, he poured his soul into it. When the company faced a crisis 5 years in, a competitor's faulty software caused a hospital misdiagnosis scandal, Alex worked 70-hour weeks for 3 straight months. He redesigned the core imaging engine from scratch, making it faster, safer, and more accurate. His innovation saved the company's reputation and landed them a massive government contract. Bonuses came, sure, but they were crumbs compared to the millions the deal brought in. Promotions. Always. Next quarter. Raises. Budgets tight. Alex, you're invaluable, though. Maria saw the toll. She worked as a nurse, picking up extra shifts so they could keep their modest 2-bedroom home. You're carrying the whole team on your back, Carino, she'd say, rubbing his shoulders after midnight coding sessions. Sophia would draw pictures of her dad as a superhero with a laptop cape. Alex smiled through the exhaustion, believing loyalty would eventually be rewarded. He trusted the system. He trusted the handwritten notes from his boss, Elena Vargas, praising his pivotal contributions. He even trusted the employment contract he signed all those years ago without a lawyer's fine-tooth comb. Then came the day that shattered everything. Alex had finally built up the courage after a glowing performance review. Medical bills for Sophia's recent asthma flare-ups were piling up, and Maria's car needed repairs. He walked into HR with spreadsheets of his impact, patents filed under the company's name but born from his late nights, revenue projections tied directly to his software updates. The HR manager, a polished woman named Denise, scanned his request and sighed. "Your raise got lost in lead," she said flat, not even looking up from her screen. "Approvals are backlogged. Maybe next fiscal year." Alex felt the floor drop out. Like his years of blood and sweat were just paperwork misplaced in a drawer. He drove home in silence, hands gripping the wheel until his knuckles whitened. Maria met him at the door, her face falling when she saw his eyes. That night, they sat on the porch while Sophia slept, sharing a cheap bottle of wine. "I feel invisible," Alex whispered, voice cracking. "Like everything I gave them didn't matter." Maria held him as he cried for the first time in years, the kind of raw, exhausted tears that come when hope feels foolish. But Alex wasn't done. The next morning, fueled by a mix of anger and that stubborn fire that had carried him this far, he dug through his old contract files. Buried in paragraph 14.7, under intellectual property and royalties, was a clause he had completely forgotten. It was standard boilerplate back then, something the eager 26-year-old Alex had skimmed. It stated that if any employee developed technology-generated revenue exceeding certain thresholds through licensing or ancillary sales, the originator would receive a 2% royalty on net profits, retroactively applicable if not properly disclosed at the time of patent filing. Innovatech had used Alex's imaging engine as the foundation for a suite of tools licensed to hospitals worldwide. What started as internal software had exploded into a multi-million-dollar product line. Alex cross-referenced old emails, patent records, and sales reports he had access to as a senior developer. The numbers were staggering. Over the last 8 years, his core contributions had quietly driven $81 million in royalty-eligible revenue. His hands shook as he printed the evidence. Doubt crept in hard. "They'll fight this," he told Maria. "I'm just one guy against a corporation. Challenges mounted fast. When he approached Elena, his boss of 10 years, she leaned back in her chair with a sympathetic but firm smile. Alex, that clause is archaic. Legal's already reviewing, but don't get your hopes up. Focus on your work. We need you. Colleagues whispered in the break room. Some supported him quietly, others distanced themselves, afraid of rocking the boat. The real storm hit when Alex hired a no-nonsense employment lawyer named Marcus, a friend from college who specialized in IP disputes. Marcus warned him. This could get ugly. They'll drag it out, question your mental state, maybe even try to claim the innovations were team efforts. Bills for the lawyer piled up. Maria picked up night shifts, and Sophia asked why Daddy was always on the phone arguing. Alex barely slept, replaying every meeting where his ideas were refined by higher-ups who now claimed credit. There were sleepless nights filled with anxiety attacks, moments where he stared at the ceiling wondering if fighting was worth risking their stability. What if we lose everything? He'd whisper to Maria in the dark. But Maria was his rock. You've already lost enough sleep and family dinners, she said one evening, her voice steady despite the tears in her eyes. This isn't just money, Alex. It's respect. It's showing Sophia that you don't let people erase you. Her words reignited his fire. Alex documented everything, every email, every revision log proving his individual breakthroughs. He even found old voice memos from early development where he brainstormed alone. The legal battle stretched 6 grueling months. Innovatech's team of lawyers stonewalled, offered paltry settlements that wouldn't cover Sophia's future college, and leaked rumors internally that Alex was disgruntled. Friends at the company stopped inviting him to lunches. The emotional weight was crushing. Alex questioned his worth, wondering if his loyalty had been naive. During one particularly low point, after a brutal deposition where they grilled him on every line of code, he broke down in the car outside the lawyer's office. I just wanted a raise, he sobbed to Maria over the phone. Now I'm destroying the only career I've known. Yet, through it all, small victories built momentum. An independent auditor confirmed the royalty calculations. A whistleblower ex-colleague provided internal memos showing executives had deliberately downplayed individual contributions to avoid payouts. Marcus fought like a lion in negotiations, turning cold conference rooms into battlegrounds of facts and fairness. Then came the resolution that changed everything. On a rainy Tuesday morning, Alex received the call. Innovatech settled. Not just for the full $81 million, but with an additional structured payout plan and public acknowledgement of his contributions. The company avoided a courtroom spectacle that could have tanked their stock. Alex sat in stunned silence at the kitchen table as Maria read the documents aloud, both of them laughing and crying at the same time. Sophia ran in, confused by the happy tears, and they pulled her into a group hug that felt like the first real breath in years. With the settlement, Alex didn't quit Innovatech immediately. He negotiated a new role as an innovation advisor with flexible hours, ensuring his family came first. They paid off the house, funded Sophia's treatments and education fund, and even started a small scholarship for young developers from underprivileged backgrounds, kids like the hungry, idealistic Alex once was. Maria cut back her shifts, and the family took their first real vacation to the beach, where Alex built sandcastles instead of debugging at 2 a.m. Looking back, Alex often says the lost raise was the best thing that ever happened. It forced him to see his own value when the company wouldn't. It taught him that quiet loyalty without boundaries can cost you everything, but standing up with evidence and heart can rewrite your story. His journey wasn't about revenge. It was about reclaiming dignity and proving that one person's overlooked spark can light up millions in return, literally, in his case. If Alex's story hit you in the feels, the frustration of being undervalued, the love of family holding you together, the triumph of fighting back, hit that like button. It helps these kinds of real, inspiring tales reach more people who need them. Subscribe and comment below. What's one time you stood up for yourself at work? Or what hidden opportunity are you going to hunt for this week? Your stories fuel us. Remember, no matter how lost your raise feels today, your breakthrough might be hidden in the fine print of your own persistence. Keep creating, keep believing, and I'll see you in the next video. You've got this.